All right. Welcome back. We are going to be doing 7.4 Ready, Set, Go, number 4. And so it says use what you know about the unit circle and the information from the in figures to fill out the table. Okay. So I think I've shown you how to do this by not using the unit circle. And so I want to take a second to show you just so if you want to use this to verify your information, or maybe you don't like the way, and this way you connect a little bit more. I will say my little disclaimer is if you only use the unit circle, you kind of lose some of the context of what you're learning. And so make sure that you're comfortable kind of in both, even though you maybe prefer the unit circle better. So things that you have to know in order to use a unit circle is in the unit circle. So in the unit circle, sorry. Okay. When I say sine of theta, that's the y coordinate. When I say cosine of theta, that's your x coordinate. And for tangent of theta, that's your y over x. Okay. So if you remember this when you're using the unit circle, that's all you'll need to know how to do besides find the angle. So let's do this very first one. It says theta equals to pi over 6. So the very first thing that you're going to do is you're going to look for pi over 6 on this unit circle. And so that is the same exact thing that you would do using the other way. So I'm just going to show you the difference between them. So here's pi over 6 right here, and you found it. Okay. So if you're looking for the sine of that, sine is the y coordinate. So I'm going to ignore the x coordinate and write the y coordinate. Okay, so then over here, I can write 1/2. And that's it. Okay, so I'm going to compare that to the other way. So the other way is first you're going to find pi over 6, which you go like this, and you know that's pi over 6. And the other thing that you get practice on when you're not using the unit circle is that you need to remember your 30, 60, 90 and your 45, 45, 90. So your 30, 60, 90 triangles are like this. And in the unit circle, um, we label this as x, 2x, and x root 3. And this is pi over 6 right here. And because the unit circle, this is 1, you can kind of go all the way around and say, since this is 2x, then that means x equals to 1/2. And this is 1/2 root 3. The other way that you can do this, which is the way I kind of prefer, sorry, let me erase this, is remembering that this is pi over 6, and then I know that my triangle is x, 2x, x root 3. And then to find sine, it's so that's x over 2x, which is 1/2. So there's a difference there, and you have to pick which way that you're going to use and then just get better. I would get better at both ways just because this way using without the unit circle, you're being more mindful about why those answers are those answers. It's almost like the multiplication chart. Like you don't know why that number is there, but you just know it because that's how the two numbers intersect, right? So just be mindful of the two different ways of doing that. And here you get a lot of review. You get a review of your 30, 60, 90 and your SOHCAHTOA. So you have a couple things. Okay, so let's just move on. The next part is it asks you to find cosine. Well, cosine is just your x coordinate, so that's just root 3 over 2. So I'm just going to write root 3 over 2. And then to figure out tangent theta, you're just going to have to divide y over x. So you're going to divide these two numbers here. So I'm going to divide tangent of theta, not x, sorry, tangent of theta equals to 1/2 over root 3 over 2. And if I pull you back into 6th grade, when you divided by a fraction, it's really just multiplying by the reciprocal. So 2 over root 3. And so the 2's actually divide out. So your answer is 1 over root 3. Sorry, that's a little messy down there, but 1 over root 3. So if you notice, you're just going to be dividing to get to your cosine, to get to your tangent. Okay, so you can imagine doing this over and over and over again. It would be fine. So for you to find pi over 4, that's just you finding pi over 4, writing your y coordinate for sine, writing your x coordinate for cosine, and then dividing out. The ones that get kind of interesting are the ones that sit on like the bars. So I'm going to do sine, cosine, and tangent of pi. So if you do pi, you have to find pi, which pi is over here. And then this is not too bad because sine is your y variable, your y coordinate. So that's 0. And cosine of pi is just going to be your x coordinate. So that's just -1. And then tangent is just going to be sine over cosine, or y over x. So that's just 0. Okay. I'm going to have you practice 3 pi over 2. So first find 3 pi over 2. Okay. And then, okay, so then now that you have that, then I'm just going to take my y coordinate and put it there. So that's -1. And put my x coordinate as my cosine. So that's 0. And then divide -1 divided by 0. You can't divide by 0. So this is considered undefined. And we had talked a little bit about the tangent function and when it's undefined. And it's undefined whenever cosine is 0, right? Because that's your denominator, and that makes sense. So go ahead and fill out the rest of this chart using whichever way you like better. Just be comfortable in, if you're comfortable in everything down here, right? Your 30, 60, 90, your SOHCAHTOA, knowing sine is your y coordinate, cosine is your x coordinate, and tangent is y over x, and you're really good. So hope that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions, and have a great day.